Hey everyone, Kara here. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Lately on social media, Instagram and Facebook, I have been seeing lots of moms posting schedules that look a lot like this. They're very nice, color-coded. They are scheduling out their day for their children while we are all at home, stuck, quarantining ourselves for this coronavirus. So rightfully so, moms are concerned about educating their children while we're all away from school and we're stuck at home all together, and they want to have a nice orderly day incorporating fun educational things. And so I want to talk about what I think the best schedule is for you to have in your home during this time. So stick around and let's chat about it. Okay, so the organized me loves schedules like this. I mean, they're nice and color-coded. They have specific blocks of time set off for different activities. There's a heading. Oh, I just love it. But if you have a schedule that looks like this right now for your kids at home for the next upcoming few weeks, however long this is going to be, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take this, you see over here where the time frames are? I just want you to rip it up. Rip that schedule up, because from my personal experience, they do not work. They do not work at all, and it's just going to lead to frustration and lack of patience in your home. Please do me a favor and just trust me on this. So, many of you don't know me personally, but if you were to know me personally, and many people have told me this over the course of my lifetime, that I am the type of person who is pretty organized, but I play by the rules, I do the right thing, I use my manners, I make smart choices, all of that, goody two-shoes type stuff. Here's a little shout out to my sister-in-law, Rachel, and this will attest to the type of person that I am. So I actually have known my in-laws for the majority of my life, which has been pretty awesome because we can look back on shared experiences and stuff. But one of my sister-in-laws, which happens to be my husband's twin, she and I were in the same 5th grade class, and we happened to sit right next to each other. And one day we were talking, chit-chatting while our teacher was talking, and we got in trouble. It was my first time ever really getting in trouble at school and being yelled at by the teacher. And let me tell you, I cried. I cried because I had never gotten in trouble before. So that is just something that is a little bit about me and the type of person that I am. So in theory, I would be the type of person who would really like schedules, who would really thrive on schedules. But in reality, I don't function well with them at all. And I would say 99% of the families out there right now would not thrive on having a very strict schedule to follow at home with their children. When you teach in a formal classroom setting, oftentimes the principals will have you write out a very strict lesson plan and say, your reading block is at 9 o'clock and it is going to last until 9:30, and actually it'd be longer than that, but say from 9 to 10:30, you would be strictly focusing on reading with your students. And if the principal were to walk in, they would expect to see you doing a reading lesson at 9:15, 9:30. And thankfully, I did not have a very strict principal. He was very lenient because oftentimes at 9:45, I would be teaching a math lesson because that is how the children in the classroom, like, they were feeding me. They had a question about math or something math related, and I would go off on a tangent and follow the interests of the child. And that is extremely important. We can't just be stuck. We have to talk about only reading during this time because that's what that's what our schedule says. And that's just not how the real world works. And we need to have flexibility for our children and allow them to explore things that they truly are interested in, because that's what makes them interested in learning. And so if you're a mama and you are, creating this strict schedule for your family and you're like, 9 o'clock, we're gonna do crafts. And like, crafts are great. Like, I love crafts. And you know what? But at 9 o'clock, your family isn't ready for crafts, maybe. Maybe your kiddos have lots of energy and they wanna have a dance party. But your schedule says 9 o'clock is crafts. And no, we can't have a dance party because that's not what the schedule says. It's okay, breathe, be flexible. If they want to have a dance party at 9 o'clock, let them have a dance party at 9 o'clock. Push the craft time later in the day. And if you don't even make the craft time during that day, you can push it off to the next day. That's the beauty of being at home and creating your own schedule. So if you have, hey, right now, this is our math time and we got to get math done right now, but maybe the baby wakes up an hour earlier than they normally do and interrupts that math lesson with your older children, it's okay. You can push the math lesson, continue it later on in the evening, or whenever there's a less stressful time, work it in. You have the flexibility. Use the time that you're allotted. I promise you, you will be much happier and your family will be much happier for doing that. Most importantly, though, I think all of those Pinterest moms and stuff, I think that it's great. They create beautiful items, very, very nice, but don't compare what they do to what you do at home or what you need to do for your family. So keep in mind that everyone's schedule, everyone's routine in their home, everyone's home is different. So you need to create what I consider a rhythm of the day, just a routine that meets the needs of your family, your specific, unique interests and purposes. It's going to be very tailored to you. So what is happening in one of these Pinterest moms' homes, or what is even happening in my home, is going to look very different from what needs to happen in your home. If you're trying to stick to that strict schedule, then you're gonna become frustrated. Your children are gonna become frustrated. You're gonna lose your patience and you're gonna end up yelling. And we don't want that at all. Even for a person like myself, I consider myself to have a lot of patience. I mean, I went into teaching 23 kids at one time, and you gotta have a lot of patience. But even at home with my own children, I only have 2. I can lose my patience very easily if I have certain expectations and we're not meeting those expectations. So don't put those strict expectations on. Have a general, flow of the day, things that you want to get done, but put a list on what is a must-have, I have to get done, and a want to do, that's okay if it doesn't get done. It's totally, totally fine if it doesn't get done. Remember that. So you, as a parent, are totally responsible for the tone in your home. And right now, everyone is stressed and worried, and we don't need to have our children stressed and worried. So you remain calm, be patient, and just make your home what you need your home to be right now. Ideally, we want a positive, calm environment for our families to be loved and cared for, but to also learn at the same time. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. If you are new to this channel, then please hit subscribe so you can stay up to date on new videos. I plan on posting lots of new videos to help our families during this time, to teach them how to teach their little ones at home. Children of all ages. I also just recently created a closed Facebook group, so if you are not in that group, then please search it out. I will try to link it in the video below. It is called Teaching Children on Purpose, and in there I have listed tons of free resources, activities, and different ideas for you to follow along with. So thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.